welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tag because it's Tuesday, so Tag Tuesday of course. So this tag is called the I messed up tag. The first prompt is, or question, is a character that you misread or imagined differently. And for that I have to go out and admit that I have read 50 Shades of Grey and I have also seen the movie. Without further ado, I imagined Christian Grey so much differently. So this is kind of what I was thinking he would look like in the movie, you know? And then this is kind of what he looked like. I wasn't upset about it, but it just really wasn't what I thought he would look like. Next, a character name that you have been pronouncing wrong. And for this, I would have to go all the way back to my childhood years when I read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban for the very first time. I said Cyrus Black for the longest time instead of Sirius Black. I think I pronounced it Cyrus Black until like I saw the movie. So it was really hard. And I think even when people were like, oh no, it's Sirius Black, I just would read it as Cyrus. It was Cyrus. I don't know. There's an extra I in there. I don't know why I did that, but. The next one is an overused trope that is your guilty pleasure. And for this one, I just have to go out and say that my overused trope, that's my guilty pleasure, is the whole Twilight series. These are just so full of bad writing and overused sayings and just teen romance that's just not very good, and love triangles, that this whole series I would have to say is my overused trope because I love it though. I loved reading these books. I had so much fun reading these series and going and seeing the movies, even though the movies were pretty bad too. But so this is what I would have to say for that question. Next is a cliche character that you enjoy more on screen than reading about. And for that, I would have to go and say any type of like bitchy character. I love being a good bitchy character in a movie. I eat it up. But reading about a bitchy character just irritates me to no end. And for an example, I'd have to go with reconstructing Amelia, the best friend of the girl who died in this, is just awful, and I just cannot deal with her, and I would read her and I'd be like, oh my god, shut up. But maybe if this was turned into a movie, I might think she's kind of funny or an enjoyable character, but reading a bitchy character, not fun. Next is a word or a phrase that you learned because of its use in a book. And for this one, I might sound kind of stupid because maybe I should have known this word. It's not like a crazy like word or like phrase or anything, but I was reading Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, and she used the word purloined like 2 times, I noted in this book, and I had literally never heard anyone say that word. It means like to steal something. I've never ever heard that word before. I don't know, maybe I'm just, I don't know, behind or something. Purloined, that's a word that I learned from a book. The next question is, have you ever not read or completed a required reading for school? And yes. So in college, I think it was like my first or second year, we were required to read Coming of Age in Mississippi for one of my history classes, and I read a good chunk of it. I read like to here or so, but I did not finish it, and I remember really enjoying it. I just got bogged down with other things, so I just pretended like I finished it, and I still got an A on the test and stuff, but I've never actually finished this book, and it was required. Have you ever, or wanted to, skipped a chapter of a certain point of view because you weren't interested in it? And yes, I have. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. And I wouldn't say that I skipped chapters per se, and I wouldn't say I did it because I was not interested in the character. I really loved our main character, but there was so much narrative. If you don't know anything about this book, the main character has autism, and so just his thought processes are really intriguing, but it was just towards the middle, it was just like too much. It was just all narrative, nothing was really happening, just like his thoughts and ramblings, and I had to skip a big chunk of this because I was like, I'm not going to get through this, like I'm bored out of my mind. Definitely had to skip a little bit in this book. Our last question is, have you ever canceled plans to read a book? And yes, I have, like recently. It's just, and it's not so much canceled plans as I could have gone out, I could have done something, could have had people over, but I'm like, I just really want to sit down in my bed and read a book. So definitely, especially when you have a really good book and all you want to do is read it. So that's it for my tag. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And I will see you later.